It's best of 5 time. Dead Monster and Revezy. I'm hesitant to give my personal prediction before you guys actually give yours. I don't want to have too much of a influence on this. But I promise you my prediction will not change based on which way you guys end up voting. I'll tell you guys, I've locked in my prediction in my head. I'll tell you guys what it is after you guys do your predictions. No one's going to believe me, obviously, if I end up being right. It just sounds like I'm trying to cheat here. I don't know if Wardup's got the stream unmuted at the moment. Oh, he does. There we go. Thank you, Wardup, whoever did this. Much appreciation for that. So you get 2 minutes to predict the winner of the series. Wardup, you're a legend, mate. Much appreciated. Yeah, I've got a feeling that this one might swing more in the favor of the player winning 2-0 currently. Let's wait and find out. Timewalk 950, thanks to 25-month Prime, and also brand new Prime from Redis Kachai. Sorry if I said this wrong, but welcome to the channel regardless. England or Italy is the prediction. Just a reminder for anybody who's not sure. England is Revezy in this case, and Italy is Dead Monster. And Italy's Dead Monster is winning 3-1. But that doesn't mean you have to vote Dead Monster. You could just take this as an opportunity. I mean, some people might be looking at this score and thinking, well, I thought Revezy's going to win here. And if you do think Revezy's going to win, a 3-1 score early in the game shouldn't really change that. If anything, you should be thinking, well, all of the bandwagon voters are just going to vote for Dead Monster because he's winning. So I'm going to get even more channel points for my correct prediction. Just stick to your guns, boys. Stick to your guns. Prime thinks Dead's going to 3-0 this. Is that just because you want Italy to win tonight? I wonder how many people are voting just because they're superstitious and they want to vote the way that they want tonight's match to go. That's a very nice demo by Dead Monster. Well caught out. By the way, Johnny, it's Euro 2021, not Euro 2020. Well, actually, no, it isn't. It is the year 2021 right now, and it is obviously the year that the tournament is occurring. However, it was supposed to be last year. It was supposed to be 2020, but COVID prevented that. So it is actually Euro 2020. It's the same tournament that was supposed to be last year. Teams qualified for it in 2019, I believe. It's a better challenge by Revezy here. He made the correct defensive maneuver against the line of attack that Dead Monster's taking. You'll notice Dead Monster's trying to open up a big angle. That will threaten hook shots. That gives opportunities to cut in field with a high pop. And if you want to stop that from being deadly, you got to try and close the angle off. Dead Monster, again, being denied the attack that he's wanting. Revezy's just going for the ball as early as he can. That time it was a wall pinch to intercept. It could have been a off-the-wall air dribble. Revezy starting to work his way back into the game. A couple of wave dashes to get the ball moving. And the reason Revezy's wave dashing here is because he doesn't want to flip, which would indicate to Dead Monster that there's at least a small delay where Revezy has no control over the ball. Because when you're flipping, you don't have ball control. At that exact moment, you don't have the ability to dodge into the ball at that exact moment. Oh, what a read. Revezy is within one, and I don't think Dead Monster saw that one coming. That was a fantastic read. Yeah, Dead Monster thought that was just clear from danger. He was fully expecting that to bounce into the corner, and Revezy actually had a read on it the whole time. Prediction is over. Who have I got? Okay, well, I was thinking before this match started, and I still am, that Dead Monster is the favorite. I think that these two are quite similar in playstyle in many ways. They're very defensive, they love the ground game, but they're both extremely mechanical, so they're capable of going for aerial plays if they have space, and we saw that already from Dead Monster this series. He scored a flip reset shot earlier in the game. So I think they're quite well matched, and then I have to think to myself, well, which one of these players performs their best when they're able to play their game? And I think it's Dead Monster. I think when he's allowed to do what he does best, and that's play a very mind game focused 1v1 series, when he's playing a very calculated approach and against a player who's doing likewise, I think he thrives. And I think he's shown us that by taking games and even a series of apparently Jack in the past, because Jack is a very good player, but he's a player who'll let you do that. He's happy to go into that mind game battle as well. He's happy to go into that more positional game. So really, Dead Monster has struggled in the past when he's taken out of the comfort zone, when he's forced to play more of a mechanical game, more of an aggressive game. And he's well aware of that. He's tried to refine his game recently. He tried to become more well-rounded by adding those air plays into his arsenal in offense. But I still think that he will have the edge, because I don't see Revezy being willing to really just ball chase enough to play face forward and defense enough, just drive straight into the ball. He is picking his spots quite well here, though. This is tough for Dead Monster, and I think Revezy's got the lead. Dead Monster's going to be pretty annoyed about that, because he had a boost advantage, not just any boost advantage, a pretty big one. But the 50-50 was a nightmare, and Revezy was first to the ball, despite having absolutely no boost. That's extremely unlikely. Usually when a 50-50 happens and you got all the boost and the opponent has 0, you get to the ball first. You always get to the ball before they do. Dead Monster will definitely feel a little bit hard done by there, and now he's up against Revezy, who's got the boost advantage. Revezy trying to keep the pressure on. He's too early for the follow-up boost steal, so you'll notice there he attacked in such quick succession after stealing the boost the first time that it wasn't there to steal again. And it looked like he was kind of in a position to be stealing the boost from. He needed to delay the attack a little bit more, or choose a different offensive option. Dead Monster. Top corner flick goes wide. Revezy just nicks the boost on the landing. And he's faking lots of jumps here to try and get Dead Monster to leave him alone. Dead Monster manages to usher this one to the side of the field without having to commit to the ball in any way. This is definitely good news for Dead Monster. Huge bump for Revezy though, and again a boost advantage for Dead Monster. Doesn't net him a goal or even a shot on target. He's having to wait patiently for an opportunity. Revezy is just not giving him one, and he's played his low boost positions extremely well. Now that's a boost steal, which will be relevant. Revezy trying to keep this one in the back corner, and he will. Came from behind to now lead by 1 late in the game. Dead Monster wants a fast turnaround, the counter attack, and Revezy's not having it. In fact, he's just done a no-look dodge in a demo by just waiting for Dead Monster to jump over him. Extremely gutsy by Revezy late in the game. Puts himself close to the ball. Dead Monster's past him, and now, oh my goodness, he scores it. I can't believe it. Revezy thought, well, he's going to go early if I put myself in this awkward position. I'm going to get nice and close to him, make this personal, and he'll probably wish that he didn't, because Dead Monster has done extremely well. Fake kickoff for Dead Monster in overtime. Revezy's actually hit this in a very good position for himself, and that should be game. Revezy, oh, he's hit the bar! Completely open net, uncontested, and he's hit the bar. Well, England are going to be in shambles tonight if their match against Italy resembles this one at all. I guess the equivalent of what just happened would be injury time +6 goal for Italy to tie it, and then England hit the crossbar in extra time, and now here we are, still in extra time, and Italy have won it. To be honest, if that's how the England game goes tonight, I'll have a good laugh. That would be extremely funny. that would be unbelievably scripted. Injury time +6. England hit the bar, and then Italy win it. It would make sense though. It's extremely scripted, but I wouldn't be surprised at the same time. Congrats to Dead Monster and the comeback win there. He just had the composure. He took his chance against a defended net. Revezy did not take his chance against an open net. That's a tilter. That's definitely a tilter. There's a lot of pressure coming into this one. Revezy knows that he's got the entire weight of the English fan base on his shoulders. Hey, Kicky Boy, thanks for the 2-month prime. And Moo Da Cow, thank you for the tier 1, brand new. Appreciate it, man. I've actually just realized what I think is wrong with my audio. So I was saying at the start of the stream today that my audio, it sounds a little bit weird to me, but you guys said it was fine. I think that I've got a slight buzzing in my left ear of my headphone. So I'm going to just actually switch to my other headset and see if that one's working, because I do have 2. And it should be plugged in. So just give me a second, guys. I'm not paying attention to the game at the moment. Let me switch the other headset on and see if that one's going to work without a buzz in my ear. Okay, guys, can you hear me? I've plugged in the other headset. And Jack, yeah, Dead Monster told me that. Dead Monster, I asked him if he wanted to play a game as a prophecy of the England game tonight, and he said, yeah, I've just played Jack for his YouTube channel. Same idea exactly. So, yeah, we've done well there, Jack. We've done well. I guess if you're about to upload it, it's up to you whether you want to spoil the result, but I would predict a close series which you have taken the win in. So on Jack's YouTube channel, we're going to probably get the England prophecy to win. On mine, it's looking like it's going to be Italy. We'll find out who's right later. This headset's actually sitting a bit weird. I don't know what's going on here. Apologies for all of the slight technicals here, guys. Just give me a second. Sounds fine. Yeah, sorry, I just had to move my microphone to the other side of my headset. It's like a headset that you can switch the side the mic's on. It was not sitting properly. It was actually just constantly sliding down. So I've moved it back into position. I think we're good. I think we're good to go now. No. Yeah, that's right. Who stayed up for the McGregor Poirier fight last night? I stayed up for it. Honestly, not a bad decision to stay up for it. I think it was a pretty good fight card. I enjoyed it. I feel like there's probably going to be lots of memes out of the ending from McGregor Poirier as well. How on earth do you say Poirier? I've heard people say his name many times. I've seen it written many times. I know how it's pronounced, and I've tried to say it I don't know, 4 or 5 times there. I think I've said it wrong every time. I don't know how to say his name. It's too weird. Too many eyes in there. Oh my goodness, Monster! Was he trying to flick that somewhere into Beckwith Park in the background over the horizon? What was he aiming at there? He's trying to send that one into Rosie. But once again, we're going to get a better start for Revezy. Both players had the same idea. They're trying to get a heavy hit onto each other and then wave dash recovery. But Dead Monster is the one who comes out on top because the ball has bounced favourably for him. How about the Copa America? Yeah, I watched that as well. Well, I watched that in Venice, and then I watched the MMA after. So, yeah, it was a good night for sports fans last night. Everybody's... I mean, I've actually been looking at the Rocket League Twitter timeline just to see what people are talking about, see if anybody's tweeting about the incoming England loss. Oh, that's actually just in. Bit unlucky there for Revezy, but Dead Monster has blocked that one quite well. It was a very nice save attempt, though. You've got to give it to him. That was a good try by Revezy. But yeah, people have been tweeting about what their favourite fruit is on Rocket League Twitter. People have been tweeting about England and Italy, and then also, a few McGregor and Copa America tweets. So there's a lot going on recently, but yeah, I've been paying attention to all that. It's definitely not been missed. One of the things I found quite funny, though, is that I swear there's so many people tweeting about who's the GOAT, Messi or Ronaldo, and they're like 13 years old. I'm like, you guys haven't even been around for the entirety of their careers. Like, why are all these, like, 13, 14, I don't know how old they actually are. Let's say 15, 16-year-old, like, Rocket League Rocket League personalities tweeting who the GOAT is. You don't know, you weren't there. All the Zoomers, man. How long have their careers been now? I feel like it's got to be at least 20 years. I'm not sure. I haven't been keeping track. It's got to be something like that. But is it 15? Nah, it must be more than that. Ronaldo's got to be like 37 by now, surely. He's been around for ages. Oh, good try by Revezy. Dead Monster had no better option than to wait and hope in that position. Oh, what a 50-50. Oh my goodness. Revezy bounces off the ball. Dead Monster just stuck to it. Look at this from Revezy's POV. Not a good recovery path as a backup plan there for Revezy. You'll notice that when it went wrong with the 50-50, he didn't land on the wall with his wheels down. So the recovery was always going to be a bit rough. If you're going to commit that hard to a 50-50, you've got to try and land wheels on the ground and be ready to drive straight back into the play. Ronaldo's 36. 17 years. Yeah, Messi started at 17 for Barcelona, that's true. And he's 34 now. So yeah, 17 years for Messi. It must be 18 for Ronaldo then, or maybe 19. So he was a bit before Messi. He's a bit older. But yeah, definitely longer than longer than a lot of the people who are tweeting have been on this earth. And then obviously, I mean, how old do you have to be before you can even know if what you're witnessing is greatness? You've got to at least be, you know, I think, let's say 8 or 9. I don't think that a 7-year-old is going to know if what they're witnessing is greatness. So you've only caught like the last half of the guys' careers, and you're talking about who the GOAT is. But I think they're both pretty great in their own way, obviously. And I don't think I would be a... I think I'm not... As someone who's been around since they were youths on their respective teams, I don't think I'm qualified to even be a part of that discussion. To talk about it. Who the GOAT is. Messi, Ronaldo. Definitely not to give a solid verdict on it. I feel like some people just watch like a 15-minute, you know, Messi making defenders look silly video on YouTube, and that's how they make their decision. They're like, well, that looks pretty good, he's the GOAT. Good challenge. Dead Monster might have a chance, actually. That's bounced up. He's got to go to the back wall, and he does. And he's going to get that, but Revezy's back on it. And it even stays in the air. Dead Monster wants to bump off the side wall, and Revezy just managed to avoid it. Great decision making by Dead Monster at the end of the game there, though. The challenge was the only way that he could actually set up a chance for himself to score in regulation. And he went for some, I think, good shot selection in the closing few seconds. Dead Monster is still confident in his 50-50 game. Revezy doesn't want to go for the wall play, instead cuts in field. That's a wide open net, though. Dead Monster's nowhere to be seen. What happened to Dead Monster? I mean, he's so far out of position, you have to think that there was like a controller issue or something. Oh no, he's just totally beamed it. He has just completely beamed it. He was in two minds, couldn't decide whether he should be challenging or whether he should be backing up for the boost in the corner. And I think he tried to speed flip and just single jumped. So that is a tie series. England have equalized. Well, I guess if we're gonna turn this into a good representation of what the whole match would be, England versus Italy tonight, I suppose my analogy for the first game is a bit inaccurate because we actually got more games after that. So the first game was the first 30 minutes. Now we're in the second 30 minutes. England have equalized. So if we're to use this as a prophecy, Italy take the lead, England equalise, Italy hit the post on an open net right after England equalise. Couple of open net misses incoming tonight for England-Italy. Yeah, game 5 will be penalties, yeah. So it's game 1 is first 30 minutes, game 2 is second 30 minutes. So now we're in the final 30 minutes of the game. But how do we actually get to extra time? Because obviously Dead Monster's won game 1, Revezy's won game 2. So if somebody wins game 3, then you've got a winner in 90 minutes. So maybe we've got to do it in different intervals. I might have not thought this through properly. Johnny supporting Italy. I'm not supporting anybody. It's a win-win for me because I've got a bunch of English friends who I know are going to be very happy if England win, and I'll be happy for them. but if England lose, I know I can make fun of my English friends, so that's another win. So I've got a win-win situation. Revezy up by 1 in game 3. Dead Monster had to go for this. He needed to pre-flip in the way of that. And Revezy knew this, stayed on the ground, and he's easily able to get to the ball faster than Dead Monster. The Real Adam Baker, thanks to the brand new Prime. Also, Lilama, thanks to the 13-month Prime. And Elite Prohan, thanks to the 3-month Tier 1. Mars with the 2-month Prime, welcome back to you as well. Dead Monster, low pop bump to tie the game. He's mixed it up quite well, Dead Monster. The one thing I like most about his offense today is the changes of pace that he's going for. This time, he just made a beeline straight for the center of the goal at Supersonic, and that forces Revezy to defend. It forces Revezy's hand. Revezy's beaten Dead Monster to the kickoff. Recovery, and takes the lead again. What do you guys think, by the way, chat? Favorite fruit? Since everybody in Rocket League's given their opinions, what's the best fruit? So I saw a lot of interesting opinions on it. We've got pickles. Are they fruit? Are pickles fruits? A lot of people saying mango. Mango is extremely good. I do like mango. But okay, I'll put it in this context, because there's two different ways of looking at this, in my opinion. Way number one is, if you could only eat one fruit for the rest of your life, what would it be? And if it's that, if you can only eat one fruit for the rest of your life, I would pick bananas, because I think that they're pretty hard to replace nutritionally. But if you're allowed to eat like whatever you want, you don't have to change your diet in any way, and now it's just more like a what fruit do you like the flavor of the best, then I probably wouldn't go with banana. I don't know, mango is up there for sure. In fact, yeah, maybe mango right now would be my number one, if I'm just picking the fruit that I'm looking forward to eating the most. A nice full volley by Dead Monster. Second time that he's gone for this. Showing very accurately the power of that shot, and it's the rising front left corner of the car there with the side flip, connecting with the ball. If you miss power, or if you seem like you're lacking power on your own volleys in Rocket League, try side flipping instead of diagonal dodging. It's a more consistent way to hit the ball, especially when you're learning. I mean, pros are good at dodging pretty much anyway into the ball, but that's because they're professionals. Oh. So Italy really pressing England late in the game here, but not for the first time. England are getting those physical plays off the ball. Referee hasn't noticed. That raises another question. Who's going to dive more tonight? Will it be England? Will it be the Italians? Does anybody know where the referee's from? That could be a huge factor. Oh, that's a nice goal by Dead Monster. Look at the delay on this flick. Revezy must have expected it to be a mind game when he waited that long to pull the trigger. Dutch referee. A Dutch referee. Who do you guys think the Dutch referee will favor? I think there's probably going to be at least one like free kick or penalty call that looks like a free kick or penalty that doesn't get given, and then they're going to give another really light one to make up for it, like they did so many times in the past. Rusty YT Star, thanks for the 2-month tier 1. Welcome back to the channel. Revezy wanted Dead Monster to go for the ball there. He wanted to bump him when he did. Dead Monster just chilling. He knew that there was no incoming goal. That's a nice demo by Dead Monster. He's going to take his time with the finish as well. Dead Monster starting to take control in game 3. It's not looking good for England once again. Revezy has to pick it up a bit. Jack and Joria's friendship is a clue. I'd say they favor England. I guess we could ask Dutch people in chat, who do you prefer, the Italians or the English? And why is it the Italians? Follow-up question. Kind of rhetorical though, isn't it? Oh, Revezy just not having a good time controlling the back corner boost right now. You'll notice Deadmonster keeps on just pushing him off it. That Revezy knows that if he actually grabs that back corner boost, he's getting demoed, so he has to just leave it every time. Another solid 50 by Deadmonster. He has completely dominated this aspect of the game. And it all starts with the flicks that he's been threatening on occasion, the bounce dribbles he's been threatening on occasion. These are things that Revezy's afraid of. He doesn't want to just back up and defend on the goal line. And now Deadmonster, when Revezy charges forward, has shown mastery at absorbing those challenges. And now Revezy's missed another open net. This is not looking good for him. In game number 3. It's just got one more chance, I'd say. And he'll need to score quickly after the following kickoffs as well. Deadmonster just slowing the game down, letting the clock do the work for him. Full control for the Italian. That should do it. Not even giving Revezy a mid boost to play with. Yeah, summary of what's happening right now. I think that Revezy's made a few more unforced errors than Deadmonster, so he's got to sort that out if he's going to have any kind of chance in this series. But apart from that, I think that it's playing out pretty much the way that I expected it to go. Deadmonster he's so comfortable. This is exactly the kind of game and exactly the kind of series that he wants to play. He wants to play a back and forth series where his opponent is giving him space and he's able to use those little feints and fakes to earn himself position on the field. And then he can really start to mix up his offense and cause Revezy problems. Revezy might just want to go into the next game here and ball chase the living daylights out of the ball for the first 30 seconds. Try and get inside Deadmonster's head. We can change server though. I think Deadmonster having a bit of a problem with this one. That's a ranked game. What am I doing? That would have been quite funny if it just instantly popped. Ruined Deadmonster and Revezy's 3's ranks. Play ranked. No, I can't play ranked. Not right now. We've got a series to cast. We might have another series after this one, actually. I'm not 100% sure. I say that I'm not 100% sure because Joria said that he could play in 15 minutes. Oh, what a save by Deadmonster. That is crazy. And he's right on Revezy's tail, forcing him back to the halfway line on the follow-up. Revezy has to go early. He saw Deadmonster's pre-jump. Deadmonster with stellar defense denies Revezy once again. That little camera look down by Deadmonster might not look like much, but with that he was able to see that Revezy was in fact leaving the ball for the corner boost, and that is what enabled him to just take his time with the next touch. Oh, well worked by Revezy though. What an exchange by both players. Deadmonster defending brilliantly, but Revezy, like we suggested, just sticking to the ball, just really applying that pressure, and it was the wave dash recovery that caught Deadmonster off guard. He gave Revezy a little bump. Revezy recovered too quickly. Yeah, we might have Luis versus Jorias after this, guys. We might. Jorias is AFK on Steam right now, but he said he was going to be here in 15 minutes. Grumpy Llama, thanks for the 4-month Prime. Welcome back to the channel. Oh, what demo again. Poor Revezy. He's just got nowhere to go on that one. Absolutely no chance. Yeah, he's just free falling. Still a good catch there by Deadmonster. He knew where he was going to be, timed his arrival to perfection, and absolutely clapped him. And look at the counterplay. So Deadmonster's the first player that I ever saw do this, but he has completely countered the half-flip kickoff on the diagonal spawn. He's the first player with a possession in the aftermath, and both players have 100 boost. That's an advantageous position for Deadmonster. You'll notice that the way he's done it is by keeping his momentum up as he turns around to take the ball to his back corner. A lot of other players will kind of grind to a halt when they try and counter that kickoff, and they end up losing the possession in the process for fear of a demo coming in behind them. You don't want to do this against Dead Monster. I think he's got a very good counter strategy to this. Maybe once. I don't mind Revezy doing it once just to test if he's really paying attention. You can't be doing it more than once. I think that's just a hard counter by Dead Monster. Now, of course, it's not the worst loss that you can get from a kickoff position. And if Revezy's getting crushed on kickoffs, then yeah, sure, that would be an upgrade. You know, having to defend against a 100 boost play with 100 boost is better than defending against an immediate shot with no boost. Revezy just going to really stick to the ball in this game. I love this. This is exactly what he needs to be doing. Dead Monster again caught out by Revezy's aggression. He's expecting Revezy to back off there. Revezy not doing so. Revezy pull shots Dead Monster into his own back corner. There is a fake challenge this time by Revezy, and he defends the irritable bump. Beats Dead Monster to the next ball. I think he might have missed this though. He has. Dead Monster didn't want to just leave it to come off the inside of the post. Had to make a touch on it, but that is an open net miss again for Revezy. He's taking his time with the next one and slots it. Dead Monster had no chance to defend a shot that accurately placed from that range. So a long time gone already from this game. Revezy's caught Dead Monster out twice with aggressive positioning, and now he's been able to wear down Dead Monster's stellar defense, earn himself a 2-goal lead. Dead Monster trying to accelerate the ball just slightly there. Oh, Revezy's beamed it. He should have had this save. But not only has he landed poorly, he's failed to keep the ball out of the net as well. So what Revezy's trying to do there is get one touch on the ball, land at the back of his net, and then recover it as quickly as possible. But his takeoff was not the right angle. Had to dodge into the ball, and that ruins his recovery as well. So even if he did get a save there, it would have been awkward to get back to it. Now Dead Monster's missed an open net, has a second chance at it, and he puts it in. Bit fortunate that he had a second chance at this one, because if Revezy just went straight for the goal there instead of to the side boost, that could have been awkward. That bounce might not have favoured Dead Monster every single time. One open net miss for both players in this game. Revezy taking his time at the near post. Chip into a full volley. Forces some more brilliant defense out of Dead Monster. Look at the pre-jumps Dead Monster is able to execute with such consistency. I guess that was a pre-dodge, I would say. Just a pre-dodge challenge. Revezy saving up a bit more boost than I think Dead Monster is going to realise. He's trying to use that to accelerate down the line, and he did get the ball past Dead Monster, but the shot proved to be too tough of an angle. Huge angle now for Dead Monster to work with. Fakes a shot. Revezy not biting on any of these mind games. Dead Monster just a bit too early to seal the boost as he left the back corner there. Another pre-jump to deny a flick from Revezy. Revezy not all in with any of these plays though. This is a big improvement over earlier on in the series. And even better than that, a quick transition has him leading again late in game 4. Boosting through the ball all the way till supersonic. Dead Monster not able to keep up. Headed to penalties. I know, we might be headed to penalties at this rate. Type 1 if you're an England fan and you want the game to go to penalties tonight. Would you take penalties? Do you think penalties is good for England? Not a single one in chat. Okay, a couple of ones. Well, let's find out. Dead Monster trying to send us to penalties. Rushes the shot and does not put Revezy in an awkward position at all there. Revezy's boost is dwindling. Dead Monster knows this. And he's going to try and get a soft touch to establish another dribbling play. There it is, straight down the middle. Revezy charges in. I love that play from Revezy. He's noticed that he's given Dead Monster a bit too much space at times in this series. Not that time. Dead Monster trying to fashion one more opportunity out of this game. had to play for a long shot, and he couldn't get it off, and we are headed to penalties. Oh man, I wish we had like some way that we could do penalties in this game. Just let the players attack each other from the halfway line over and over again with boost. We'll have to do that in the future. Not going to do it today. We'll have to test some kind of penalties game in Rocket League, but not today. Revezy and Dead Monster playing a best of 5 here. We'll do a penalties game another day. Pinch only. Now the way that I see penalties working in Rocket League is both players get 100 boost. Ball spawns in the middle. The player who's taking the penalty spawns beside the ball, and the player who's defending the penalty spawns in their goal. And then the clock starts at 10 seconds countdown, and you have 10 seconds to score. But I'd also put one other stipulation, that is that you can't move backwards with the ball. I think that the ball has to continuously move forward at all times. And if the goalkeeper gets a save on it, I don't know, would we allow dunks on a penalty? Like, what about, would an air dribble dunk or just a 50-50 goal count? Or would we work it like real penalties in football, where if the goalkeeper makes a save, you're not allowed to take a follow-up shot? Obviously, Rocket League's a bit different. Maybe you do have to allow dunks. But I don't think you allow complete... It's hard to know, like, what's the difference between a dunk and a different shot entirely, like a follow-up shot? Because obviously you can't take 2 shots in a penalty, it sort of defeats the purpose. But if you take a shot and then the goalkeeper somehow snipes it straight back into you as you're falling, like let's say you take a ceiling shot from distance and the goalkeeper saves it, but he hits it straight into you while you're falling down and it bounces in off your car. Is that is that another shot, or is that the same shot? Must stay in the air? Yeah, there's got to be some, I don't know, there's got to be some kind of difference. We've got to come up with some rule. Keeper throws it away. Because in football, if a keeper saved a penalty and it, like, he punched the ball with his save and it hit off the striker and went in, it wouldn't count. Shouldn't allow dunks, otherwise it'll be too easy to score. I mean, penalties in football are easy to score on paper. I mean, if you can just blast the ball in the top corner of the net, no goalkeeper saving that. It's not possible to, unless you, for lack of a better word, pre-jump. you can't save a top corner shot. Oh dear, Dead Monster can't score a bottom corner shot there. His position was just a bit too awkward. Yeah, real life pre-jump. Like, unless you pre-jump, I don't think it's humanly possible to get to the top corner in time for an absolute boomer of a penalty. Hey, Hibs, thanks to the 7-month tier 1. Your boy Revezy here trying to get a win for England, prophesied. It's not working out too well though. This is just a bit of an awkward one for England here. They're losing 2-1 in penalties, because Game 5 is the equivalent of penalties, of course. And the next man up to the field is taking so long to reach the ball. They're taking, honestly, forever to get to the ball. He's like walking in slow-mo from the halfway line. Imagine the keeper pre-jumping. I know, imagine. I think are you allowed to pre-jump? You're allowed to pre-jump, but you're not allowed to come off the goal line. You're not allowed to advance. That doesn't stop goalkeepers cheating, though. A lot of goalkeepers cheat by taking a step forward. Or I don't know what the exact rules are. I think you're allowed to take like 1 step forward. Like, one of your feet has to be on the goal line when the penalty is struck, but the other one doesn't have to be. So a lot of keepers, what they try and do is they like step off the goal line as the penalty's being taken, so that they can jump forward at the very last second. But sometimes they'll step forward a bit early, make themselves bigger, and it is technically cheating. But I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. My prediction for tonight, I think Italy probably win, because it's a final of a major competition, and Italy are in it. Oh, what a save! Dead Monster nonchalantly brushes the ball off his own post. That was beautiful. Revezy not in any trouble off of it, but after the open net misses we've seen, I was thinking that has to be an own goal. Now Dead Monster's completely tripped Revezy on his back wall, and he will convert to lead by 1. This is just such an awkward position. Revezy, with no boost to speak of, just got lifted off the back wall. You'd go down to 5 seconds, 10 seconds is a lot. Yeah, I suppose 10 seconds is a lot, maybe 5 is fine, but I don't know, 10 is kind of tense, isn't it? If you've got 10 seconds to score, and you've got the ball at the halfway line, and the goalie's just sitting in net with 100 boosts. We've also got to talk about goalkeeper positioning. Is the goalkeeper allowed to charge the play? Is he allowed to like run off the goal line and just go for it? Or does the goalkeeper have to wait for the shot to be taken before he's allowed to jump? Like, rules are complicated in Rocket League penalties. Revezy faking a long shot instead. Tries an air dribble straight down the middle. It's just too easy for Dead Monster on that occasion. No demo being threatened. Now it's Dead Monster who's threatening. At the other end of the field, Revezy quickly recovers with a wave dash. He chips it down the line, but only into Dead Monster's corner, and this is probably where the ball's going to stay for a while. Dead Monster unlikely to go all in at this stage in the game. Actually, that's exactly what he's done, and I must say I'm pretty surprised by that. That's not the most Dead Monster-y thing to do, and it nearly got him in trouble. Revezy's landing on the inside of the post was awkward, but he scores on the counter nonetheless. Dead Monster definitely made that difficult for himself. Completely all in offense, forced to give Revezy the entire field of space, and then he challenges with a slight angle side on, so Revezy saw him coming. Now Dead Monster wants to go directly to the goal. Revezy's not going to let him have that. Boost advantage was too severe. And now England, after tying penalties 3-3, looking for the next one, but oh my goodness, who was that? Hitting the post, and again England hitting the post, and now Dead Monster sends it into his own crossbar, and he will convert the open net this time. What a save by Dead Monster. Revezy will be kicking himself because he did not need to hit the post there. A great save by Dead Monster. England needs the last penalty kick to stay in this. Italy are 1 ahead, and now up steps England's final penalty taker, and I don't think he's even managed to hit the ball. England's last penalty taker has slipped on his run up. He's just grazed the ball with his shoelace. The ball's hardly moved, but it counts as a penalty, and England have lost. They've absolutely beamed it. Well, there's your prophecy, ladies and gentlemen. Dead Monster taking it for Italy. Revezy, well, he is already home at least, so although it's not coming home, he's home.